Ladies and gentlemen, I am going to usher in the special guest speaker, who has already assured me of the brevity of her speech, because the first speaker has covered most of the thing, and due to time constraint. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the podium Chief Ifesinachi Ugonye, PhD. Round of applause for him. Round of applause. Round of applause, please.
Ooh, you are my African queen. Ooh, Lord. Ooh, you are my African queen. Ooh, Lord. Ooh, Lord. Just like the sun, lights up people, it lights up my life.
Thank you, Mr. MC. Well, yes, I had prepared this long speech, but like the MC rightly said, our sister, Honorable Dr. Nwozo has covered a lot of the topics. I want to specially thank you, Doctor, for all you have done for the Nigerian community. The script you showed or the pictures are quite moving. I want to thank you especially for that. Let me thank also the members of Enugu State Association, Washington, D.C., the men's group, for putting this together. It's not an easy thing, given that generally men are the ones that we call the perpetrators of most of the domestic violence. And we cut a lot of this. It would have been 7 pages in big font. I will cut it down to maybe less than 2 pages. After my speech, the entire thing will be published on the wider web, and you can look at it there. Without dwelling on the Nigerian community in Nigeria, we know that domestic violence is also a major problem here in America among Nigerian families. I will tell you some things that some of us know, or some of us know but don't want to agree that we know. In other words, we want to pretend that these things don't exist. But we know that they do. Everyone has a responsibility and they do it here to play. All of us here tonight know at least one person who is being abused by her spouse, even as at this moment. But the question I pose today is, what have you done about it? Have you comforted the victims and offered help? Or have you made the problem worse by carrying false rumors? Remember, it is not just about pointing fingers. Sometimes we have to look at how much we have contributed in some of these problems. And I want to ask these questions to the women. Let me apologize ahead of time if you feel that I might be talking to you directly, but I am not. I do not have any particular person in mind as I ask these questions. We cry that women are the weaker gender, that men are abusing us. But I ask you, do you really believe that? Do you listen to yourselves? The greatest enemy any woman has is another woman. How many gossips have you spread about your fellow woman? How many lies have you told against a fellow woman to get her in trouble with her spouse? How many mothers-in-laws embrace their daughters-in-laws with ease? How many sisters-in-laws accepted their brothers' wives? How many women associations treat their members with respect and dignity? If you look closely at most domestic problems we have in Nigerian communities, you will see that they all began with people getting involved in other spousal relationships. But who is that man that thinks he needs to please anyone by applying every negative suggestion to his relationship with his wife? Who is that man that does not see that his wife should be appreciated and cherished? Do you really need to prove that you can teach her a lesson in response to your friends and family's urgings? They say that no news is good news. At the beginning of this year, 2014, we received the news of a 21-year-old Nigerian young man maliciously murdering his own mother here in the state of Maryland. What the heck? These were my only words. You see, the woman is really the prey for all sorts. If her father is not molesting or abusing her, her stepfather or uncle is. If her cousin is not molesting her, her brother is. If her mother is not abusing her, her aunt is. If her husband or boyfriend is not killing her, her son or nephew is. And it goes on and on. These are the people that she trusted with her life. Just last month, I received this great piece written by a Rwandan lady and forwarded by one of our Enugu state daughters. The piece lamented the fate of women. It claims that women are the victims of all sorts of atrocities, especially those perpetrated by men. She wrote that the 1994 Rwandan genocide and its attendant activities were harsher on the woman. She wrote that while the men were being killed in that genocide, women were being raped, killed, and mutilated. Even their lifeless bodies were subjected to more punishments, with their private body parts being cut into pieces, just like chicken. The act of hatred is meted in double portions at the woman. And we ask, why is that? Why? And now we're talking about Boko Haram. I heard the MC mention there's a rally next week. But it is in the news. Over 234 middle and high school girls abducted from their dormitories while they were sleeping, doing just that which they were supposed to be doing. Again, it is about the girl. It is about the girl child, about the woman. Why should these girls be put under such fear? No one is telling us anything. No one knows if they are still alive. What about the mothers of these young girls? Who is helping them overcome the level of hardship and anguish? Who? And we talk about the fear factors. Some claim that men are fearful of women and this is why they beat them up. Some claim that women are too powerful and men resent the control women have over them. But how can that be? I tell you tonight, my dear gentlemen, there is nothing at all for you to fear on another woman. Don't you see that you have such power over women? Tell me how many times a man drowns his children just to be able to be with his woman. No, men don't do that, but women do. It was in 1997 when I had just came into the country, United States. All over the news was this story about a woman somewhere in the Midwest who drowned her 3 children just so she would have more time with her boyfriend. I tell you this story today to let you know that women too are a crazy bunch. And these are shocking incidents that we know. I'm jumping pages now. It was in California that a husband beat up his wife, the mother of his 5 children, tied her to the back of the family car and dragged her through the streets of Los Angeles in broad daylight until the woman's head shattered and her lifeless body mutilated. They were both from southeastern Nigeria. The man was sent to prison while the woman was buried, and the children became parentless. Someday, that man will be released from prison, and his children will probably go to pick him up. They will probably ask him, "Daddy, what about mom?" And he will probably answer them, "I killed her." It was again in New York a few years ago that a supposedly highly educated Nigerian professor from eastern Nigeria again shot his wife and then shot himself in what appeared to be suicide. The man was in his 60s, and the woman was in her 30s. The children became orphans. It was again in Tennessee a few years ago that another Nigerian man drove to his wife's place of work, waited patiently in the parking lot, and as soon as she got off work and into her car, he approached her, shot her several times as she tried to start the car. She died at the spot, and the man went to prison. It was here in Maryland a couple of years ago that a man stabbed his wife to death in their town home as she tried to rest after a very long trip from Nigeria, where she had traveled to bury her father. That man packed their children into the wife's vehicle and attempted to escape town. He was arrested. He is now serving life sentence. The children's fate is unknown. It was in Houston just a few weeks ago, Houston, Texas, that a 63-year-old Nigerian man shot his wife to death during a family dispute. The wife was only 36 years old, a resident doctor, and the mother of 2 very young children. The man is currently in jail awaiting trial for first-degree murder. The wife's body is still in the morgue, and their very young children are parentless. Everyone deserves to feel free in her own home. Everyone deserves to be loved and appreciated by her spouse. Everyone has the right to refuse to be abused. Let us all do something now. It is now and not later. We need a cleaner society where all can feel free. I want to thank again the members of Enugu State Association, especially the president, Mr. Paul Nwozo, and his wife, of course, the beautiful Sandra Nwozo, and the public relations officer, Harry Baba, as we all call him, and his wife also, and of course the beautiful ladies who are here today to help make this event successful. May we all go home and think of tonight, not just about what we saw in the pictures. Let us work from within and see how we can help better our community and society. I thank you all.
Chief Ifesinachi Ugonye, PhD. Round of applause for her, please. Ladies and gentlemen, we're now going to kick off the fundraising. Before you castigate me, I wanted to come close to her, but she was marshalling her point very well. This is the reason we're here. Now you have had it all. You saw the slides. I told you earlier on that we're not asking for the widow's mite. Tonight, because of our women, we're asking for the king's ransom. Ladies and gentlemen, dig deep into your pockets. If you need to write a check, apprise us. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not only for the high table. If you're here, I think your participation is assured. We will have beautiful women coming to you. It's hard to refuse beautiful women, it is so. So they will bring their tray in lieu of the envelope. No contribution is too small. This is a just cause. You see, even as she was talking about it before, even when women are giving birth to girls, like she said, the men, even due to their ignorance, blame women without any understanding of the X and Y chromosomes. Ladies and gentlemen, only a man can contribute the Y that makes a boy. Ladies and gentlemen, I myself married a nurse before. And we're no longer together. I did not kill her. I trained her, actually motivated her to go to school. My friends who know me here can vouch for me. Nevertheless, it was an opportunity. I dated her for 15 years. I can stand her, I can do without her, but it was a situation that left me with a bruised ego, with a dented psyche and a bruised ego. Not because I couldn't do with her. Even if you own the cat for 3 months and didn't see that cat again, you will miss her, not to talk of a woman you dated for 15 years before you married her. Ladies and gentlemen, please dig your hand into your pocket. Men, if you cannot be an radiologist, be an electrician. If you want to be a nurse, go to nursing school yourselves. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to Two Chinese lived in Nigeria. The woman had a baby in the hospital. And when the husband arrived, the baby was black. The Chinese man said, Xi Jinping, why baby black? The woman said, we in Nigeria, no electricity. You hot, me hot, sex hot, baby burnt. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to hand over. When you laugh and smile and let's the thing with humor, you give us more money. Mr. Chairman, I'm going to bring the microphone over to you. Please. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for her. The louder you clap for her, the magnitude of our financial responsibility tonight is measured by the dimension of your applause. Let's clap for him again. Madam Geki is here very well tonight.
I'm going to be supporting what we're doing right now with $1,000 because
Ladies and gentlemen, in the same vein, I am going to call on the chief patron of tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for Mr. James Ibe. Chief, your red cap. Chief James Ibe, Onwa, Bikodo, Kwara Niyaka, Onwa lay microphone. Please, I can't talk because of my voice. I can talk for you. This part is the thing in my ear. That's why they hired me. Onwa, say after consulting with his husband, with his wife, with all the due respect to Mr. Chairman, now I lambast this thing with $2,000. A round of applause. Lemon juice and honey, it will clear it. Home remedy. All no look the Pariama, Ogre 10. Ladies and gentlemen, boyhood friend, childhood friend of the chairman of the occasion. Here, BJ. And I don't remember who they talk again. The man say he no one talk, but I say he must talk. Stand up. Idi Amin of a man. Please stand up, babe. Talk, tell me, at least tell me how much you want to give. You want me to charge you more? Tell me how much you want to give me. Okay. Give me my money, make I come up for your face. Ladies and gentlemen, he in quintessence, in keeping with his shyness and his account.